Well, hello, tubies. Dear Uncle Birch here. More sigil magic seems to be a popular thing. I got a f- a fa a Fofis man. I'm sorry, I can't say it without spitting. A Fofis man asked for some clarification on the public sigil, the sigil that's done in plain sight. And rather than try and type all that out, I try to explain. First, sigil magic comes to us mostly, the sigil magic we know comes to us through chaos magic. And in chaos magic, they take all known occult concepts, they actually do a whole lot of studying, and then sprinkle on some science fiction, maybe a little fantasy, anything they want to use to invest belief in what they're doing. So you can be entirely experimental, and I think sigil chaos magic borrows a lot from witchcraft and all other schools. So I've always seen it as a really handy thing to borrow those concepts back after the chaos magicians played with them a while and they come up with really cool things that us witches can then use. And that's why I really love sigil magic, and I recognize its connection to very old stuff. Really, sigil magic would have to credit Solomon. You go all the way back, and in Solomon's idea, he was capturing the spirit of a thing. He was capturing spirits in a symbol. In our modern viewpoint, the way we think now, spirit is not just ghost. There's the spirit of a thing. There's the idea of a thing, the energy of a concept bound in a symbol. So it's really just we've evolved in the way that we think and taken Solomon's work, thousands of years in the future. Chaos magicians have played with it. But this one, hiding the sigil in plain sight, is it different than your average sigil magic, even if there is average sigil magic. The idea is, as with all chaos magic, you find one thing that works. One thing that works, and you focus on that thing, and you beat that thing into submission. You use that thing to its extreme. The idea for this one is that a symbol in public sight gains energy from the people that look at it. You have all kind of mundane people out there unwilling to accept the fact that their minds are capable of magic. They could do it. They're not doing it. They're just sending scattered, unfocused energy into the world. I say, take that shit. Don't let that stuff be wasted. If they're going to waste it, go ahead and use theirs too. What you need to do is you need to have a sigil that's going to filter that energy and change that energy back into energy you want. You don't want the random, unfocused energy focused on your sigil. You want a sigil that's going to transform that energy. So if you build that in the symbol, that'll work. Beauty of sigil magic, anything you can conceive of, you can do. You can make a sigil for anything that you can think of, even if it's something, and especially if it's something you can't do here in your mundane physical world. So I'm already at 3 minutes. Let me jump into how we did this one. The one that we're talking about here, the one that the question is about, is the one that my group, a segment of the Circle A system of magic, did an experimental sigil that's gone way beyond experiment. It's very useful now. It's called the Money Magnet Sigil, and I gave it away in one of my first videos, and it's out there. Now, the way that we did the Money Magic Sigil, it was totally in public. The idea was to do it totally in plain sight. That's the concept that we're working with, is that you expose that symbol into the populace, in front of people, and it gains energy. It's like a corporate logo, if you will. They stick it up on the TV in front of you and flash it. Whether these people are occultists or not, they're using that symbol to gain energy from you, money from you. So we're doing that right in plain sight. So the way we did it, Santa Cruz is a pretty open town. I think most of the people there knew we were witches. We went to the Seabright Brewery on a full moon, sat outside under the full moon, got a table right in the middle of everything, and it was like it was neighborhood night, which is the most packed this pub ever gets. And so you got a bunch of dark, skulky figures wearing pentagrams and chimarutas. Almost everybody there had a chimaruta. We probably looked like a cult. And we did that. We made the sigil right there. I started it out, and I formed the first part of the sigil, which was the transformation engine. The cross portion in the middle is the transformation engine that takes any energy focused at it and transforms it into the energy we want. Well, let's see, where was I? Boy, it's taken a long time to get anywhere so far. So we start assembling the sigil at a table. We've all got drinks. We're assembling the sigil at the table. I did the first symbol, passed it on to the next person. They add something to the symbol. We all had, a goal for the symbol. Everybody knows what the symbol's supposed to do, and each one of our people added something to the sigil as it went around. When the sigil was finally done, we had some incense there, some salt water, consecrated the thing right in front of everybody. There's plenty of people looking over at the table going, oh, what the hell's going on over there, man? There's some weird shit. All those cloaked figures sitting over there doing some stuff with some weird symbol, and they're chanting. And that's great. That misplaced energy of all those people looking at us, we were using that. We were trying to get them all to do that. So then when the sigil's all done, we all took our cell phones out. We took a picture of the sigil, the finished sigil, the first sigil. And simultaneously, all on a big count of 3 with the so mote it be, raising our power hands to the air, we sent it to each other. And we sent it to Google, I think like Google Images, something like that. So we sent it straight to Google, sent it to Facebook. Everybody sent it to every outlet that they conceivably had. And then over the days after that, more places, just expand the places where this symbol is. Every place this symbol is, somebody looks at it and gives it energy, and we use that energy by using the symbol anywhere we are. So we transmitted it to the internet. We've got this crazy Birch guy went and did a sigil magic video where he just showed that to the world while teaching sigil magic. So you figure people are going to use that sigil to do magic, only adding to the sigil's power. And then sidewalks. I like to, out front of the sacred grove, quite often I like to do a varying array of sigils and veiwers with chalk on the sidewalk, all using them, but also for the tourists and the people coming by. There's just no shortage of people stopping. They walk around them and they try not to step on them, and it just gives attention. So definitely the Money Magnet sigil. There's a kid running around tagging around town. He was tagging on our, he was tagging his initials on the sign out front of the grove. I said, hey, I caught him, and he thought I was going to, turn him over to the police, and I didn't. Instead, I handed him a copy of that sigil and bid him to tag with that sigil. I've not seen it yet, but I'm hoping he's out there tagging that sigil to this day. Even if he adds his initials to it, it's still going to work for our purposes. So post it everywhere, put it on the internet, I made it background screens on all my computers. For quite a while, I just painted recently, but I put it on all 4 walls in my bedroom because I don't believe in wasting an orgasm. You can always, it's always going to feel good, but might as well feel good and work your will, make some magic with it too. So when I remember, I try and look up at the sigil at that critical moment, give it energy. So extreme exposure everywhere you can. Doesn't matter that people don't know what it is. It's got that particular sigil, the Money Magnet sigil. It's got some witchiness to it. Makes people look at it. What the hell is this? Especially if it's chalked on the sidewalk out front of a witch store. And then it's got this little happy face down at the bottom. It's kind of offsetting. It's Wuji, and there's got a little happy face because somebody wanted to make sure that the money we got from the Money Magnet sigil made us happy. It's good money, bad money. And you can take that. That's just kind of pretty much how we did it. You can come up with your own methods. I mean, you know, we all sent it into the ether while shouting "So mote it be" in a crowded place, with the physical sigil still sitting there on the table. We made copies of it. Everybody wrote a physical copy, took it home with them. We left one there on the table, so the waitress would get it. The waitress, that particular waitress that night had classes at the Grove, so I hope she remembers what to do with that. So there we go. More adventures in sigil magic for you. I don't remember. I had to do this in 2 parts because duty called, and I'm gonna stop it and make sure I have the time to complete this video. So thanks for your questions and for tuning in. And we have really cool, thought-provoking questions like that. You know, I'll make a video responding to it. I'm paying attention. I hope you're paying attention. I read all my comments, all my messages. Thank you for tuning in. Make me a partner. I'm going to make a sigil to make me a YouTube partner. Marry me. Marry part. Marry me again. But not so fast. I didn't use up my 15 minutes yet. I almost forgot. The final part of the spell, of the creation of the sigil, really important. As soon as it was done, after everybody looked, we then toasted to our growing bank accounts, to the vastness of our wealth. We ordered the most expensive thing we wanted on the menu. We ate like rich people, and we were loud and boisterous and celebrated. Because it's often been said, at least by me, that the difference between us, our religion, and theirs is a mistranslation of the word celebrate into celibate. And that's made all the difference. So, once you're done, like any ritual, we come to the cakes and wine, where everything's grounded. So you're eating, you're drinking, grounding's happening. You could have another ritual for the grounding, but it's a moot point. It's already happening. We were celebrating it like it already happened. Drinking like we were already celebrating the vastness of the sigil, or the bounty of the sigil. All right, that's a couple more minutes. That's going to bring me closer to my 15 minutes. All right, thank you. Thanks for staying tuned. Not turning it off right then.